Jeopardy! Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trevette.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's go to work in the Jeopardy round. And here are the categories that await your selection. NBA retired jerseys. Historic amours. Fish and chips. Fictional characters. You're an animal. And Brit Speak. Player 1, make a selection, please. Los Angeles Lakers, number 32. It's Player 1. Yes. Player 1, back to you. Philadelphia 76ers, number 6. Player 1. That's correct.
Yeah! Woo!
Player 1, Boston Celtics, number 33. It's Player 1.
Yeah!
Player 1, Indiana Pacers, number 31. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yep. Please pick again, Player 1. New York Knicks, number 33. Yes, Player 1? Correct. Player 1, pick again. What a happy ending. This title orphan of a Dickens novel is adopted by Mr. Brownlow. It's Player 1. Right. You get to pick again. This character in the legend of Sleepy Hollow is said to be the ghost of a Hessian trooper. It's Player 1. Yes. Player 1, choose. She is the narrator of To Kill a Mockingbird. Let's hear it, Player 2. That's not it. Any other takers? Okay, Player 1. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, Player 3. You got it. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 3, you make the next selection as we... Two names that follow Gerald, who speaks in weird sounds instead of words in a Dr. Seuss story. Yes, Player 1? Sorry. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. McBoing boing. Player 3, back to you. In a story by Rudyard Kipling, this mongoose protects an English family from snakes. It's Player 1. Nope. Sorry. Any other takers? We're talking about Rikki Tikki Tavi. Player 3, you pick again, please. Fancy a cuppa, love? Cuppa is a cup of this. Yes, player one.
Yeah!
Player one. This brand name has become a noun and a verb for vacuum. It's player one. Correct. Player one. While Americans put gas in their cars, the British put in this six-letter equivalent. Yes, player one. Right. Player one. This term for an electrical outlet sounds like a presentations program from Microsoft. Yes, player one. Yeah, good. You get to pick again, player one. Get along, little this. The word for a motherless calf. Yes, player one. Nope. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is a dogie. Player one, back to you. Let's go over to Jimmy.
The giant panda seen here isn't playing the flute. He's snacking on this, his favorite food.
Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Player one, back. Scientists are scrambling to find out the cause of colony collapse disorder, which is occurring with this insect. Yes, player one. Good. Player one, you pick again, please. The moray variety of this fish is sharp-toothed and can be vicious if provoked. Okay, player one. No, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. The eel. You get to pick again, player one. The ability of the members of the family Exocetidae to get airborne earned them this two-word name. Player one. Yes. Player one, choose again. This dictator's rumored romp with Pompey's wife was even riskier than his fling with Cleopatra. Okay, player one. That's correct. You again, player one. When this great guy became king of Judea, he banished his first wife, Doris, and married a princess named Mariamne. Here's the correct response. Herod the Great. We return to you, player one. A condor is a type of this bird. It's related to the turkey type and also enjoys eating carrion. Here's the correct response. The vulture. Player one, choose again. The plains variety of this animal has gray markings that are known as shadow stripes. Let's hear it, player two. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Yes, player one? Yes. Player one, back to you. As they have a tendency to burst open in the frying pan, sausages are popularly called these. Player one? Good. Player one, pick again. Here's Kelly with the clue.
On this man's first voyage, brothers Martin and Vicente Pinzon commanded the Nina and Pinta.
The correct response is Christopher Columbus. Player one, back to you for our next. For 13 years, Madame de Montespan was the sunshine of this Sun King's life. The correct response is Louis XIV. Player one, pick again. The Earl of Bothwell led the plot to murder this queen's second husband 3 months before becoming hubby number 3. Here's the correct response. Mary, Queen of Scots. Player one. Answer, it's the Daily Double. You are in first place, so what's your wager? And the clue. The Duchess of Portsmouth was the least popular mistress of this merry monarch, and that was quite a contest. Even so, you are still in the lead. Here's the correct response. Charles II. Player one, choose again. Small freshwater fish of the family Pterophyllum are known by this heavenly name. Okay, player one. Right you are. Let's have a look at the $1,000 clue. Built in 1816, the first private yacht to cross the Atlantic shared its name with the barge of this queen. Yes, player three? Right you are. The selection will be yours, player two, when we return from this break. Clues are worth $400 to $2,000 in these categories. All of me. NBA nicknames. Yo, Holmes. It's in the dictionary. Statues. And American history. Player two, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? With some smarts, you'll know this popular name for the third molars. Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Player one, you MJ. Yes, player one. Good. This dogged Sherlock Holmes novel was published in 1902. Let's hear it, player one. Right you are. Player one, choose a loud sound expressing disapproval. This New York City borough's cheer. It's player one. That's correct. Player one. Pick again. The sower atop Nebraska's state capitol in this city is tossing seeds to the Great Plains 400 feet below. It's player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Player 2. No, that's not. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 3. Good. Player 3, start us. Pistol Pete. It's player 1. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 2. Hey, you're right. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player 2. Make us a Sir Charles. Yes, player 1? That's correct. Player 1, Mr. Clutch. Here's the correct response. Jerry West. You again, player 1. Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. And you have the lead. Please enter your wager. And the clue. Hondo. Even so, you are still in the lead. Here's the correct response. John Havlicek. Player 1. Pick again. At Jefferson Davis's suggestion, in 1855, Congress bought some of these animals from Egypt for the Southwest. Yes, player 1? That's right. Way to go. Player 1, back to you. A Muslim holy war or spiritual struggle against infidels. From the Arabic. Let's hear it, player 1. Right. Player 1, pick again. A hinged plastic case designed to hold a compact disc and usually a printed insert or liner. Player 1? No. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the response we were looking for. A jewel case. You get to pick again, player 1. This tech acronym states that the integrity of output is dependent on the integrity of input. Let's hear it, player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? The correct response is GIGO. Player 1, choose again. The Napoleon of crime, he attempts to kill Holmes at Reichenbach Falls. Yes, player 1? Yes. Player 1, back to you for our next. It's the Great Detective's London address. Here's what we were looking for. 221B Baker Street. Player 1, pick again. In an 1891 story, Holmes solves a mystery concerning a league of men with hair of this color. Okay, player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we wanted. Red. You again, player one. Holmes is outwitted by a woman in a scandal in this Central European kingdom. We're talking about Bohemia. You again, player one. Franklin Pierce's hope for glory in this war ended when he was thrown from his horse and injured. Player one? Nope. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. The Mexican War. Player one, back to you. Let's get Kelly's assistance on this clue.
The ancient Pueblo peoples who built cliff dwellings such as these are also known as the Anasazi, a word meaning enemy in the language of this largest of U.S. tribes.
We're talking about the Navajo. We return to you, player one. Blue Earth, Minnesota has a definitely giant 55-foot statue of this pea pusher. Yes, player one? That is correct. Player one, back to you for our next selection. The body's growth and development are controlled by these substances secreted by the endocrine glands. Yes, player one? No. Any other takers? We're talking about the hormones. Please pick again, player one. Scoliosis affects the spine. Scleritis affects the sclera, found in this body part. Here's what we were looking for. The eye. Please pick again, player one. Answer? The second daily double. You are in the lead right now. So, what's your wager? And the clue. Stick out your tongue and say ah, and this fleshy bit hanging from the soft palate should move upwards. However, you keep your lead. Here's what we wanted. The uvula. Player one, back to you. Sam Houston stands 67 feet tall along Interstate 45 in this state. The correct response is Texas. Player one, back to you. Let's go over to Jimmy.
A statue of this discoverer of Florida stands near the street named for him in St. Augustine.
Yes, player two. You are correct. On the plus side again. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player two. Make us. In 2003, a statue of this man was pulled down just a year after it had gone up to mark his 65th birthday. Okay, player 3. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, player 2. Right. Please pick again, player 2. A dried and smoked ripe jalapeno pepper, which is dark reddish brown with a strong piquant flavor. Yes, player 3. Good for you. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player 3. Make us all. In November of 1903, troops from the USS Nashville were used to stop Colombians from reaching this now capital city. Yes, player 3. Sorry. Anyone else? Okay, player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? It's player 2. That's right, way to go. Player 2, you start. Admitted as the 22nd state in 1819, it seceded in 1861 and was readmitted in 1868. Yes, player 3. That's right, way to go. And now the $2,000 clue. These proteins found in blood plasma are classified as alpha, beta, or gamma. It's player 1. That's correct. Good game. All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy when we return. We're back. The category for Final Jeopardy today is the sea. You need to select your wager. Sorry, your current score is the highest you can wager. Let's see what it is. Here's the clue. National seas include the Irish, the Philippine, and this one bordered to its west by Iceland. Did you come up with the correct response? And that will set you back. Let's see your response. How much do you add to your total with that correct response? Did you come up with the correct response? With that correct response, you will gain. You've come out ahead as our champion, player 2. Good game. Thank you so much for playing. All right, let's get back into this. Player 1 has control of the board. UC Berkeley's teams are known as the Golden These. It's player 1. That's not it. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is the Bears. Player 1, back. Pepperdine's nickname is this, and some lapped not too far away from the campus. It's player 1. Nope. Anyone else? Let's hear it, player 2. No, that's not right. Any other takers? Player 3? Yeah, good. All right, let's get back into this. Player 3 has control. This word describing Penn State's Lions comes from an Algonquian term meaning single mountain. Let's hear it, player 1. Yep, you're out of the hole. Player 1, you start us off. His August 8, 1974 speech began, "Good evening. This is the 37th time I have spoken to you from this office." Yes, player 1? Yeah, good. Player 1, you pick. A waterfall provides only temporary safety from the Hurons for Alice and Cora in this Fenimore Cooper novel. Here's the response we were looking for. The Last of the Mohicans. Player 1, back to you. Neurospora crassa is this type of fungus. It grows on bread, but in the wild is found on burned vegetation. It's player 1. Right. Select again. To visit Sensoji Temple in this capital, cross Komagata Bridge, turn right, and walk north on the Nakamise Dori. Player 1? No, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Tokyo. Player 1, you pick again, please. In 1758, Ben Franklin issued his last publication of this annual. Let's hear it, player 1. No. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player 3. Yes. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player 3. Make us a game fish of the family Istiophoridae with a pointed snout. Here's the correct response. The marlin. Select again. A doctor who specializes in the treatment of skin diseases. It's player 1. Good for you. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, you make the next selection as we can. The drive from Denmark to Malmö in this country includes a 5-mile stretch across the Øresund Bridge. Let's hear it, player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Player 3? Good for you. Player 3, start us. An old man recalls his time with the Benzini Brothers Circus in Water for These Large Beasts. Okay, player one. Yeah, good. All right, let's get back into this. In 1996, after 20 years managing the Dodgers, this man resigned. Okay, player one. No, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? The correct response is Tommy Lasorda. Please pick again, player one. In 1869, he resigned his Western Union operator's job to devote more time to his inventions. Player one. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player two. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, player three. Yes. Player three, start us. Conrad's Heart of Darkness was inspired by his voyage up this African river. Player one. You are correct. Hey, you're on the plus side. Where do we begin, player one? Stomata. Leaf pores that take in this gas enlarge when its level in the air drops below normal. Okay, player three. Yes. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player three. To help make sure your brain stays fueled, give its cells less of this hormone for glucose uptake. Yes, player one. That's correct. Player one, you're in command from Paris's Royal Saint-Honoré Hotel. Walk a half mile down Rue Saint-Honoré, turn right, and walk into its glass pyramid. It's player three. That's correct. Player three, start us. To visit San Marino, take a winding road up Mount Titano, a short drive from Rimini in this country. Let's hear it, player two. That's correct. Player two, make a selection, please, as we continue. From Ulaanbaatar, go straight south to Wuhai, flip a left, and go about 500 miles to reach this world capital. We're talking about Beijing. You get to pick again, player two. This Chief Justice resigned in 1986 to chair the Commission on the Bicentennial of the U.S. Constitution. Yes, player two. Any other takers? Let's hear it, player one. Right you are. Player one, you start us off. This University of Idaho nickname is from an old Germanic tribe whose name has come to mean troublemakers. It's player one. Correct. We return to you, Player 1. The University of Texas at Arlington uses this nickname, shared by the NBA team closest to them. Yes, Player 1? That's not it. Any other takers? Okay, Player 2. No, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 3? That's correct. Where do we begin, Player 3? Here's Kelly. She'll show you.
Its silhouette is seen here.
Here's the correct response. Massachusetts. You again, Player 3. Dr. Faustus, playwright. Let's hear it, Player 3. That's not it. Any other takers? The correct response is Christopher Marlowe. You get to pick again, Player 3. You may know the name of this woman who left NASA in 1993 to go into the business of advanced technologies. It's Player 2. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the response we were looking for. Mae Jemison. You get to pick again, Player 3. It's the Daily Double. And you're in the lead now, Player 3. Please select your wager. Here is your Daily Double clue. This final Joyce novel's ending leads back to its beginning. River Run past Eve and Adams. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. We return to you, Player 3. This author's The Open Boat is based on his experience surviving an 1897 shipwreck. It's Player 3. Right. Player 3, you pick again, please. Linus Pauling found the structure of keratin, the main component of nails and this human body part. Here's the correct response. Hair. And here's the $1,000 clue. About 25 species of this arachnid, most in the family Buthidae, have venom that'll kill you. 1,200 others sting like a bee. It's Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Here's what we were looking for. The scorpion. Player 2, you're going first in Double Jeopardy, and we'll start that round right after this break. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are Crescent City Rolls, Politicians, Busy as a Beaver, Nasal Passages, Colleges and Universities, and Vocabulary Player 2, where do we start? And there in the wood a piggywig stood, with a ring at the end of his nose, in the poem about this bird and a feline. Okay, player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? It's player 2. That's right. Way to go. Beavers have 6 of these on their heads in 2 sets of 3. One is transparent and helps in swimming underwater. Let's hear it, player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 3. No. Anyone else? Player 2. Good for you. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. This 5-letter beaver home may have separate entrances and a carpeted floor. Hopefully no elks. It's player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? Player 2. Right. Select again. Of 1, 5, or 15, the rough maximum number of minutes a beaver can hold its breath underwater. Let's hear it, player 1. Nope. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the response we were looking for. 15. Please pick again, player 2. In The Buccaneer, Yul Brynner played this pirate who aided Andrew Jackson in the Battle of New Orleans. Let's hear it, player 1. No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Jean Lafitte. Player 2, back to you. In a 1953 comedy, Abbott and Costello try to go to this planet, but end up at Mardi Gras instead. Okay, player 1. Correct.
Yeah! Woo!
Player 1, start us. Of praise, increase, or mock, what you do to something, you augment. Player 1. Hey, you're right. You again, player 1. The body of songs a chanteuse is prepared to sing, or of plays a company is prepared to put on. Player 1. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. A repertoire. You again, player 1. This word for a type of treaty is from the French for agreement. Yes, player 1? No, that's not right. Any other takers? Okay, player 3. Sorry. Anyone else? Yes, player 2. Good. Player 2, where do we start? Noun for a person who's sorry and is ritually showing his sorrow under the guidance of a confessor. Okay, player 1. Any other takers? Player 2. Yep, great, you're back into it now. We return to you, player 2. Answer? One of the daily doubles. You're in second now, but with an opportunity to catch up a bit. How much? Here is your clue. Natural enemies of the beaver include bobcats, coyotes, and this glutton associated with Michigan. No. Here's the correct response. The wolverine. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. The coat of arms of this company, founded in 1670, displays 4 furry beavers. Yes, player 1? Good. All right, let's get back into this. Player 1 has control of the board. This former senator was the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review. Player 1? Yep. You again, player 1. In 2004, this North Carolinian was almost the vice president-elect. Let's hear it, player 1. Good. Player 1, back to you. The 735-acre campus of this Baptist school is on the banks of the Brazos River in Waco, Texas. It's player 1. Right. Player 1, choose again. This adjective for a terrifying experience comes from a toothed farm implement used on plowed ground. It's player 1. No, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about harrowing. Player 1, pick again. Beloit College in this state was founded in 1846, while that state was still a territory. It's player 1. Nope. Anyone else? Okay, player 3. Good. Player 3, you start us off. Before he was New York City mayor, he was the U.S. attorney who prosecuted the mafia in the Pizza Connection case. It's player 1. Good. Player 1, you're in command. New Orleans set, The Cincinnati Kid, with him in the title role, is one of the great poker movies of all time. Player 1? Right you are. Player 1, pick again. This former Massachusetts governor was CEO of the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. Yes, player 1? Yep. You again, player one. We hope Silvestre Reyes can keep secrets. In 2007, he became chair of the House Permanent Select Committee on this. Here's what we were looking for. Intelligence. Player one, you pick again, please. One of the most popular organizations at this state university in Louisiana is the Tiger Marching Band, founded in 1926. Player one? Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? Okay, player two. That is correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player two, you make the next selection as we... Critic Michael Kleinschrodt said of this star in The Big Easy, the very worst example of a New Orleans accent. Yes, player one? No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, player three? Right you are. Okay, let's get back into this. Player three, you make the next selection as we... Answer. The other Daily Double. You are in first place. Decide on your wager, player three. Okay, here is the clue. In this movie, Betty Davis plays a Southern belle who loses Henry Fonda when she wears a red dress to a ball. Sorry, you're down to second now. Player three. Here's the response we were looking for. Jezebel. Player three, you pick again, please. Truly that nose is the glorious cross he bears, is said of this romantic Rostand hero. Yes, player one? No. Any other takers? Player three? Good for you. We return to you, player three. This college was intended to be the first college within the University of Dublin, but it's still the only one. Yes, player one? That is correct. Where do we begin, player one? Pascal Pensée. If the nose of this queen had been shorter, the whole face of the world would have been changed. Player one? Yeah! You're out of the hole. Please pick again, player one. Charles, not Sonny, was the benefactor of this Medford, Massachusetts university. Player one? No. Anyone else? Here's the correct response. Tufts. We return to you, player one. Lightly was her slender nose tip-tilted like the petal of a flower. This lord wrote in Idylls of the King. Yes, player one? No, that's not right. Anyone else? The correct response is Lord Tennyson. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. To see what is in front of one's nose needs a constant struggle, wrote this man in 1946, not in 1984. Okay, player one. Correct. Sorry, Player One. Looks like you will not be continuing on to Final Jeopardy. Here's the Final Jeopardy category. The 50 states. Please enter your wager. And now the final clue. It was the only state physically and politically formed directly because of the Civil War. And your response? And that correct response will add... Did you come up with the correct response? And that will cost you. You've come out ahead as our champion, Player Two. Good game, everyone, and thank you so much for playing.